You know, many times, I say many times, fairly frequently over the last couple of years, we've talked about certain areas of manufacturing where, boy, they could use a shot in the arm talent-wise. That is to say, there are good-paying jobs out there that go unfilled simply because there aren't enough folks with the right set of skills to fill them. And so there's an effort going on later this week to try and stimulate interest in that, at least among young people who are at a point in their lives where they can make these decisions and maybe head in some of these directions. Tom Longman's back with us from the KCC RMTC Center. Hello, Tom.
Morning, Richard.
And also here with us is Bernie Kerschbaum, the CEO at Rosler Metal Finishing. Good morning, Bernie.
Good morning, Richard.
Thanks for being with us today. You have a special event coming up on Friday. It's called Manufacturing Day. What is that, Tom?
Yeah, Richard, Manufacturing Day is actually a national day. There are over 2,000 of these events going on throughout the country. Wow. Most of them on Friday, some of them on various other days. Our particular event, we reach out to high school students, juniors and seniors typically from area high schools. We invite them to come in. We have 3 sessions set up. They come in roughly 90 students at a time, and they are there for 90 minutes, and they take tours throughout our facility. We have live demonstrations set up, and we also have 12 employers lined up to speak to the kids as well.
And Bernie might be one of them.
Yes.
Guessing.
Correct. We're one of them, and we are opening our facility to basically give tours of the facilities for people to see actually what manufacturing is in real time and live. So obviously Tom provides the training for it, and we show them, okay, how's it applied and how does it work in industry.
Mm-hmm. Is it as urgent as we've been led to believe that some areas of manufacturing suffer from a lack of employable folks?
Yes, it is. I mean, there's some data out there that basically 10,000 baby boomers a day are retiring.
Oh,
so
man.
Those people obviously all have jobs, or most of them have jobs, and they have a lot of skill. So we're trying to really fill that skill back up and bring people in. And over the next 10 years or so, there's over 2 million manufacturing jobs that will go unfilled unless we really have a great effort in recruiting people and getting into manufacturing.
10,000 a day retire.
Yes.
Wow. Now, prior to this, some of the impression that we were given is, you know, there's such a focus on college and a traditional post-secondary track that sometimes these kinds of careers don't get as much spotlight in this too. But if you add that to the retirement statistic, this is pretty urgent, Tom.
Absolutely. Especially, you know, if you have a young person who's interested in working with their hands, that's the big thing right there. If there's someone who likes to troubleshoot mechanical things, tear stuff apart, figure out how it works, fix it, put it back together, kids that maybe aren't interested in a desk job per se, or they're not on the 4-year college track, this is a way for them to get into a high-paying job early on, possibly right out of high school, maybe enter into an apprenticeship program. Those are really growing right now, and so they can be in a really good spot, right, you know, the first few years right out of school.
Manufacturing Day is Friday, and the RMTC in Battle Creek is participating. We'll pick up where we leave off in just a minute on WBCK. We're here with Tom Longman, who oversees operations at the KCC RMTC in Battle Creek, and Bernie Kerschbaum's here, CEO at Rosler Metal Finishing. What does metal finishing mean anyway, Bernie?
We're a manufacturer of equipment that our customers use to actually finish their parts. So a lot of them obviously are metal parts, but we also do plastic parts. So any of the car parts that are stamped or die cast or something like that usually have to go through a secondary operation, smoothing the edges off, deburring them, shot blasting them for better paint adhesion or something like that. So we build the equipment and everything that goes with it.
Wow. Okay. So, Tom, as Manufacturing Day takes place at the RMTC on Friday, you're going to have those students come through. They're going to hear from employers, and then some of them, if not all of them, are going to go visit Bernie's operation.
Yes, after they leave our facility and see the live demonstration, speak to employers. We have giveaways and prizes for the kids. We have tuition vouchers that we're going to kind of raffle off too as well.
Ooh.
And then they'll leave our facility. Rosler's about half a mile from us, and they'll jump back on the school bus, go over there to visit their facility and go on a tour there, which is a really neat operation to see. They start with raw materials, whether it's steel to build machines or whether it's the media or the products they use to create their media. So it's a really neat place to go through for these students to see.
And so, Bernie, they'll be able to see that happening when they're there, right?
Correct, yes. We have different stations set up through the facility where we have actually employees that work in those areas, be able to talk to the kids to come through, or other, again, parents or other people who want to see the operation. And we'll have them come through, talk to that, and they'll be able to see what we're making and how we're making it. So it's about an hour for us to get them through the entire tour and show again what products we make and how we make them.
What's an example of a typical career path that you see?
For us, again, the industry we're in is not something you can go out and you can learn in college. So for us, you really have to learn the stuff from the ground up. So we start off either with somebody in assembly or in manufacturing, even could be a temp, and if they're doing their job well, we hire them, and then there's options to take them further through into other careers. So our best sales guys are the ones who've learned the stuff from the ground up. So if they know all the details, how the equipment is made, how the product is made, they can go out and talk intelligently to our customers and say, hey, you know what, this is why you should buy this product from us, because again, they know exactly what's happening with the product. So those career paths are there into sales, into aftermarket, our service area. That again, the service guys who knows the machine from the ground up, because he's built 10 or 15 or 20 of them.
Right.
That's the guy who's going to be great in the service, and those are important jobs for us. And those jobs will always be in the U.S. Those are not the jobs that are going to be taken overseas. Those are the ones that will continue to be in the U.S. forever.
How can you say that? What gives you confidence to be able to say that?
The one thing is, for us, the equipment is relatively big. So again, shipping costs and just getting it to the customer, the bigger the equipment, the less sense it makes to make that stuff somewhere else. The complexity of the equipment is something else too. We don't build the same equipment day in and day out. We build one-offs. So every equipment is built to a customer specification. So again, the customer comes, says, okay, this is what I want. I might want this over here. I want to make this over there. Most of our customers come to our shop to actually see the machine run off and approve it before it ships to them.
Wow.
So again, those are things that will happen in Battle Creek as long as we're here. And the service, then obviously the machines are installed in North America, Canada, Mexico, US. So our service techs, they need to be on site and within hours sometimes to basically fix a machine and get a machine back up and running.
Sure.
Because the car manufacturer that has the equipment in place is the one that has to get their production out, and if they shut their supplier down or their customer down, well, you can't wait 3 days for a service tech to show up.
I was going to say, they tend not to like to wait, right?
Exactly, yeah. Because
Tom,
for them, it's money as well.
Yes. Tom, this is why the RMTC exists, right? I mean, you've been in place a while, but a recent expansion announcement and effort undertaken because of situations like Bernie describes. Right?
Absolutely. They're our customer as much as the students are our customers. We have a lot of students right now. The vast majority of them are working for companies. The companies are sending them to us. They're already employed with them. This effort allows us to reach out to new students, young students coming right out of high school, to get them prepared to go to work for companies like Bernie's.
We're talking about Manufacturing Day, which is set for Friday. We'll talk more about that in just a moment on WBCK. We're here with Tom Longman, KCC RMTC, and Bernie Kerschbaum from Rosler Metal Finishing. Friday is Manufacturing Day, and as Tom pointed out, this is a nationwide designation, but special activities in various cities, including Battle Creek, that observe that. Essentially an opportunity for young high school students to be enticed to choose a career in manufacturing. However, what if somebody's listening to this who is not high school age, who is older? Do you appeal to them too?
Absolutely. We would welcome people to get a hold of us if they're interested in attending. We have some room available still. They can give me a call at 565-2800 or just dial the RMTC number at 965-4137, and we could try to see about finding a spot for you to fit in with the groups that are coming already.
Okay. Imagine, Bernie, you see that not everyone you hire is right out of school.
Correct, yeah, and we encourage obviously people and especially parents too to actually come and bring their kids, and for the parents to look and see what manufacturing is all about, because I think the perception of manufacturing is really not what the actual manufacturing is. And most people who are aware of manufacturing, they're much more likely to encourage their kids and friends to go into manufacturing. And again, for us, manufacturing has a large variety of jobs. So for people to come, and we have an open house that day. So again, anywhere from 10 o'clock till 5 o'clock, people are more than welcome to visit us on 1551 Denso Road. We're at the far end of Denso. If you go past Denso, you'll find us. Just keep going around the corner until you see another big building that most people are not aware of it's even there. So just show up. No requirements to sign up or anything like that. Just show up and bring whoever you want to bring to have a look at manufacturing. And we'll have job profiles listed, and people can talk about what those different jobs are. And that's how we're approaching the whole part as well.
What are some of the myths, one or two, that you often hear that isn't necessarily true about manufacturing?
I think a lot of people think it's dirty, it's dark, it's grimy, and it's not. I mean, again, we have plenty of windows in the building. We have a bright lit area. We've got a clean area. I mean, our floors get swept and washed every week. So people obviously keeping the areas clean. And again, we build equipment. So for us, I mean, we're not the typical assembly line manufacturer. And that's, I think, the one thing. If people think about manufacturing, they think about an assembly line. And yes, we build equipment. But again, every piece of equipment is different. And for us, that makes a huge difference. And there's a lot of variety in it.
And Tom, do you hear about that too, that some folks come to you with preconceived notions about what it's about?
Absolutely. And our training center is set up somewhat like a lot of the manufacturing companies are. And so when we have the tours, they're able to see, there's all kinds of high-tech equipment. There's robots and programmable logic controllers and high-tech CNC machines. And we have some really incredible equipment at KCC, RMTC. We've been very fortunate the last few years to receive some state and federal monies as well as donations from companies to buy some of the latest, greatest technology that's out there.
Part of what we talked about the last time you were here was exactly that, and the expansion that you were undertaking and so on. How's that been going?
It's awesome. We're open now. Our expansion area, we had an 8,400 square foot expansion that we started last fall, and we opened it this summer. We're also luckily recently we received some money from the state, or we will be awarded money from the state to do a renovation of the rest of the facility.
Big time to do that. Now is the time to do that, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if somebody's listening to this too who might have a child who's not in the typical school path, that is to say maybe they're not in public school, maybe they're homeschooled, or maybe they're at a charter or something, they can be part of this too, right?
Absolutely. Just get a hold of us. Once again, my phone number is 565-2800, and then the general RMTC number is 965-4137. But go ahead and give us a call. We'd like to have those students to come visit us as well.
All right. So when does this start on Friday?
Our first tour starts at 9 a.m. The second one is at 10:30, and the third tour starts at 12:30. So if they get there 5-10 minutes before that, we can get them slotted into the 6 groups that we'll have within those 3 groups and get them through the facility so they can see everything and see some live demonstrations.
All right. Well, say that number once more, Tom, in case
my number is 565-2800, and then the general RMTC number is 965-4137.
All right, Manufacturing Day on Friday by way of KCC, RMTC, and as well Rosler Metal Finishing, which is a big part of that too, and we thank the both of you for letting us know about it today.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.